Hey, I'm here with David Finch, and you're watching Rogues Gallery Live. Good evening, everybody. It's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 202. We have a star-studded cast of rogues with us tonight, and we're really excited to have this guy once again back with us, Mr. Jeff Morris. How the hell are you, sir?
I'm good. Hope everybody's doing well.
Great to have you here, my friend. And again, your display is looking better than ever. I love it.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm digging all that Marvel back there. Speaking of a guy with a lot of Marvel, we got Billy Rios joining us tonight.
How's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm excited for Friday. Iron Man's an awesome piece. You're absolutely going to love it. And welcome to Ben Cave. We have a guest tonight, so glad to see you, man. And everybody else, hope everybody's week is going good and excited for a good show.
Absolutely. We got Eric B. from All Things Art. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good, and as Jeff Morris coined it, happy Man-Bat Week to everybody.
That's right. Happy Man-Bat Week to everyone. It's going to become a national holiday. I can just feel it catching on. And speaking of really amazing things, do you want to show off your hand?
Oh yeah, I'm sitting here putting lotion.
I was going to say I could see that you're rubbing it there. Look at that thing right there, Court of Owls, baby. This week, how fresh is that thing?
Like 3 days. What was it? Friday? Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Whatever today is. I don't even know what today is.
I think it's it's Wednesday.
Yeah, that's when we usually have rogues.
That's right, man. Look at that sleeve.
That's awesome.
It just keeps going for days.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think you have into that arm?
Two-Face. Penguin. A lot. I've been working on it since October, on and off. So.
How many dollars do you think you have in that arm?
A lot.
Yeah,
how much pain you got invested in that arm?
That's why I can't afford statues. That's where all my money goes.
That's right. I was going to say that's a lot of statue money right there on your arm.
Yeah.
That's right. We got Bryan D joining us. How's it going, sir?
Going good, man. Week is halfway through. We got a 3-day weekend coming up. At least some of us do. And yeah, man, looking forward to it. Looking forward to the chat tonight.
Absolutely. We got Memorial Day, right? This Sunday. That'll be awesome.
Barbecuing in pool for me.
That sounds pretty good.
I wish.
I want to thank Bryan and Billy for joining me the other night as we unboxed the Man-Bat. I think just about everybody in this crew is either getting him or has him already. And so congratulations to everybody that's getting him. And I believe this guy right here got his replacement today in one of the biggest replacement boxes I can think of, which is
huge.
Which is nuts.
It was as big as some of their smaller PFs, but it was perfect. So that's good.
Well, I want to welcome you to the show, and I want to welcome everybody to Jeff Delaney's giant replacement box. There it is.
That's a big box. It's a big item, though.
Sideshow does the apple. Jeff does the Dr. Pepper.
That's right. Have you already opened it?
Yeah, it's assembled. It looks great. It's awesome.
So you have an intact wing.
I do, and I have a broken wing. So I'm like playing with this. It's like
you could do like on Jurassic Park.
Hey, you could use a little
shining and wear it.
Yeah, a little necklace.
Yeah.
Or you can use it as like a head scratcher. If you have an itch behind, there you go. See, multitasking.
Absolutely.
It's your lucky broken wing.
That's right.
But I'm pretty excited to have it whole. It's very nice.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. I'm glad they got it out to you pretty quickly.
Yeah, it wasn't 10 days.
No, I think I emailed them. When did I get it? Friday?
You got it last Thursday, the same time I got mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
you got it pretty fast.
I probably emailed them Thursday night, and they probably got back to me Friday, and it arrived.
6 days. 6 days since you got it.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad.
That's awesome. Last but not least, hopefully he can hear us now. Can you?
Yes. All
Okay,
good. Now.
good. We've got
Last
Ben from the
minute.
Ben Cave joining us. Thank you for being here tonight. We're really excited to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm hyped to be on the show. I've been, watching for years and years. Every time you guys are on, and here I am finally. So very cool.
Well, I see an amazing LBS Batman behind you. What do you think of that piece?
Yeah, it's stunning the first time you set it up. It really is. The movement of the cape and the texture, the quality. It's Jay's really knows what he's doing, and yeah, it's amazing.
Does it give you excitement for the other rogues that they're going to be doing?
It does. I don't think the only other one that I'm considering is Joker to put next. Well, first of all, I could tell you a whole story about what's going on in this house, but this is not my normal display because.
Well, let's show people real quick. Hold on. So I actually have it queued up here. So this is what your display normally looks like.
That's what it was.
That's what it was, and it was amazing. And of course, you did a great room tour for the channel a while back, and it's just awesome to see your lighting and your display set up.
That was the room tour. Wasn't when I was in an apartment. I actually moved into a house, and that.
Okay, all right.
The
So it's been a
result
minute
of
then.
that. Yeah.
So what happened?
A couple months back, we got some water in the basement, and
Oh,
not thankfully. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Thankfully, not in this room where I have all my things, but in one of the other rooms in the basement. So everything came out. We're doing a whole kind of French drain system to really protect it moving forward. But it was tough packing everything up. But at the same time, thankful that, everything's fine and nothing's wrong with it. So I just threw this is the spare bedroom I'm in. So I just threw a couple things because I didn't want to pack everything away. So,
I don't blame you.
To have to look at in the meantime, but yeah, it's being worked on this week, so getting
Nice.
started with it.
Do you have a slump pump down there?
Well, yeah, one of the issues. Well, the first issue was that it started coming through the foundation, through the
Oh.
concrete.
Oh,
Wow.
Mhm.
And it was from all the snow that was melting. And
Yeah.
this house was built about 30 years ago. Never had any water in the basement up until me moving in, obviously, and setting up my whole display.
So did the pump kick in though?
So we have that. We do have a sub pump, which ended up breaking, and
Oh.
that's
He
what
doesn't-
really flooded one of the other rooms. That
It needs
there's
the
really
French drain,
nothing
like you
in.
said.
Yep.
Yeah. So so that sub pump was fixed, but we're still doing the whole drain system to really make sure we're all good. But
Yeah, ours filters out around the foundation, and then there's a big tunnel that tubes it right out to the back as it
Yep.
gets higher. But I have a slump pump that even if the power goes out, it runs on a backup battery, or even
Yep.
so if it fails, there's a backup smaller pump that makes it operate as well, because we weren't playing any games.
yeah, when they fixed the one we have, they put in the whole backup system, and then on top of that, there's a second one going in where all this drain system's going to route to. So
Cool.
I'll be good moving forward, but it's I've been up here for a few months now, and I miss it.
Yeah.
day by day,
Basement sounds
right?
So good.
Yep.
Basement
But
sounds so good.
I got
to
this
hear
guy
these
to hang out
stories.
with. So
What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Connecticut.
Okay, so you're back east. Yeah, you're not too far from Billy and Eric.
Yeah. No, I grew up in West.
Connecticut's a big state.
So was even closer over there. Yeah, I'm near New Haven now.
Oh, so yeah, you're up there.
That's further.
As far as I go up is like Waterbury.
Okay, yeah, it's still a little farther from there, but yeah,
That's cool.
up
That's
95.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, or like I take 15 sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Do you ever go to New York Comic Con?
every year. COVID was obviously the one year that I missed it, but I started going in like 2017, 2018. And after that first year, I was like, I'm never missing this again. So
right by,
every year I've gone.
You're right by Terrificon too.
Oh yeah, I go to that too. Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see,
I
I
got
just
the last one. I got a little Jim Lee signature, which was really cool.
that's
Cool.
great. So I
Big-
just
big-
filled out my press pass for New York, so hopefully I'll get to come
Awesome.
this year. I hope. Fingers
Sure.
crossed. I'm sure Billy and Eric will be there.
Most likely, yeah. Why not?
Most likely.
It's not too far. Why not?
Yeah, it depends on traffic actually.
Give a shout out to Theodore with the $2.99 Australian super chat. Hashtag welcome back, Jeff Morris. Absolutely. Let's get that hashtag trending tonight, folks.
He started the movement.
He sure did. I'm glad to have him back. Anyway, welcome everybody to the show. Like I said, it's awesome. Nate Rose says, "What's up, everyone? Hey, Brian, did you find a spot for the Iron Studios Mortal Kombat Katana statue?"
Haven't found a spot yet, but I got her.
That's awesome. Well, obviously, as Billy mentioned earlier, this is coming Friday. So Friday, it's actually, I thought it was going to arrive today, but it's been delayed. So it's supposed to arrive on Friday. And so if you are interested in seeing this unboxing, that'll be Friday night. And I believe Billy's going to be joining me if he's available to kind of help me put that thing together and add one more LBS piece to the cave. So I'm excited about that. But how about the rest of you guys? Obviously, man bat-ish, but you guys have anything else coming in soon to your caves?
Batman vs. Killer Croc came yesterday. So, I mean, knowing the way that I unbox things, that'll be up there for a while. And, I mean, because Punchline came 2 weeks ago, and she's still sitting up there, too. But other than that, like everybody else, Man Bat came in, and thank God nothing was broken or shattered, and that's it. Yeah, mostly. Scarecrow last week, so little stuff.
How many glares from the wife that the boxes are still upstairs?
There was the I tried to say, oh, I'm selling these. You know, they're on their way out. She's like, no, I saw when UPS dropped them off. These came in. I was like, no. But we've been in and out with baseball and stuff, so it hasn't bothered that much, you know. But just passing by it. Now there's like bats on it. There's a baseball bag. You know.
It becomes the catch-all for all the other junk.
It does. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. Let's see. So I got my man bat. Billy got his. Jeff, when does your man bat arrive?
Friday's supposed to be.
Okay. All right. I can't wait for you to get it. Do you have a place picked out for him, kind of like where he's going to go back there?
I'm thinking next to the Scarecrow, I may have to move something and scoot down.
So do you want to do it closer to Penguin and scoot Scarecrow over to the left, or?
I think I want it Man Bat in the middle.
Right, and
I thought
top, in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's looking good.
Yeah,
It's going to
that's
look.
ridiculous, man. It's just one of the best displays.
I love it.
Him and Delaney. I'm jealous. And now
So good.
Bryan with everything lit up. It's like Christmas over there.
Darn right.
I like my light ups.
Love it.
I say it looks great. Let's see. Jeff, you have your man bat. Anything else coming your way?
Got a new comic.
Let's see what you got. Ooh.
I love these old Lois Lanes. They're incredibly goofy, but all DCs in 1963 were kind of goofy.
I didn't know she had her own series.
Same.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it went for 140 something issues.
Wow.
Yeah, starting in the late
Superman's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is Superman just like a guest star in it or something? It's mostly about her
Yes.
getting stuff.
he guest stars in almost every issue. There's also Jimmy Olsen had his own comic, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen.
So is Lois's like all of her stories of her reporting, like different, missions that she would go on to report the news?
It's essentially a romance comic.
Oh, okay.
It's usually her battling against Lana Lang for Superman's attention. So in this
Interesting.
case, she's somehow grown old, and now Lana has all of
I
Superman.
want Superman.
So
What
yeah.
year did those run? What year
This
were
is,
those?
this is 1963. The title probably started in 58 or 59, but it went through most of the 70s. So they were around for a long time.
That's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Neo said 9.0 nice for Lois Lane. Is that pretty
Yeah,
good?
when you get back to 1963, anything 8.0 or higher is pretty nice.
An old comic, yeah.
Yeah, DCs seem to be a little scarcer than Marvels. People kept their Marvels more often. But yeah, they're really fun to collect because this particular title and Jimmy Olsen they're pretty affordable. I mean, this was about $140. If I bought a Batman from this same time period, it could be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 or more. So this is just kind of, I decided to complete issues 40 to 60, just because I think those are really goofy covers and about halfway there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Stanley is demanding that we give Delaney his own history segment. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
History with Delaney. I like it. It's got a nice ring to it.
Sure.
Lana Lang in Smallville is so fine. Louis Mendoza says. The Bataholic says Catwoman's first Silver Age appearance happened in that run.
Yeah, number 70.
Of course you know that.
See, there you go. There you go. There's the history segment.
Within seconds. Oh.
It's an expensive
Yeah.
book. It's a pricey book.
I would love to see inside of Jeff's brain and just see how he comes up with, like, instantly knows, like, what number, what year, who was the first appearance of what. Like, it's awesome.
You know what
You're
it
an
comes from?
encyclopedia of comics.
So before the internet, there was a magazine called Comics Buyer's Guide, and it came out every week. It came out on Wednesdays, and that was my main source for buying comics, because people would place classified ads in there, or some major dealers would have like quarter-page ads just listing comics, and then it was a race to get to them first, because everyone in the country got this magazine at the same time. Or not, that's not true. The East Coast folks got it first. Us West Coast folks got it a day or two later. And so you had to know what the key issues were, because very often there were no photographs. It was just a list of comics, titles and numbers and grades and prices. So you kind of had to know all that information to be able to get these books first.
That's awesome. Justin Racklin just says, I miss Wizard magazine. Yeah, that was a great magazine to have.
Yeah.
Those were always fun to look through. I want to give a shout out to Astronomer, and then also Everyday Collector. Jonathan's with us here tonight, so it's great to see so many of you here. Thank you for being here on a Wednesday evening. Tonight we're just kind of free flowing a little bit tonight. We don't have a ton of photos, so it's probably going to be a little bit shorter show tonight. Yeah.
You're not going to talk about religion and politics?
Well, that's exactly what we are going to do. We're going to go right into topic one. Jeff demanded it. Look down at the screen, Jeff. It says topic number 1, politics and religion. We're going to go right into it. No, we're not going to go into that. I actually have another topic we're going to do here in a second, but I thought I would give you a little bit of a chuckle there, because I thought that was pretty funny earlier today. But let's talk a little bit about pop culture. What are you guys watching right now? Obviously, I am dying to watch the last issue or episode of The Boys. My son has already watched all the TikTok spoilers. I'm like, do not spoil it for me. So you have already watched it?
I watched it.
I just watched it. Yeah.
Is it good?
Plus or minus, yay or nay, good or bad? Did it meet expectations, or was it a big?
I
Should
give
we
it
even
a neutral.
influence it? I was gonna say, should we even influence it at all, or just let them
Did
go
this
in
have
on
a
their
theater
own?
release? I saw people.
Yeah,
that's
yesterday.
Yeah, last night, yesterday.
Is it a longer episode than normal?
It's
Same
an hour
time.
and 5 minutes.
Hour,
Hour.
9 minutes. Something like
So
that.
is it over, or there's going to be like another season?
I think it's done.
Over. This is
Yeah.
it.
So they have planned spin-off-y things, but the main show is over.
So what'd you think? Like, good, bad?
I'm happy.
I could see on Brian's face. He wasn't sold on it.
Must be bad.
Look, there are some things that I like. There are some things that I was like, come on, But in the end, I mean, I don't want to say. I don't want to say anything.
All
I
right.
just don't want to say anything
All
for
right.
anybody seeing it. But I enjoyed it for what it was. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody in the chat spoiled it for these guys.
Yeah. Final season, they said, and Gen V was canceled. That's too bad, because I actually liked Gen V. I thought it was pretty fun. Again, it was just kind of a spin-off world, and they did
We
include
might see
some of
those guys back in whatever they're planning to do moving forward. But
They were in
the
episode
show-
7. There was 2
Yeah,
of them
they
from
showed-
episode 7 in there, which was nice.
Mhm.
Because I was like, where did those come from all of a sudden? Like, that was it's been kind of a weird season. It's been
Started
okay.
off kind of it started off like and then it got better, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. I'm still letting it marinate. Like I literally just finished it. So
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be able to watch it either tonight after the show or maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But what else you guys watching that's good?
I'm gonna go see Mortal Kombat tonight, right after this.
That's awesome.
So I'm not done with Butcher yet.
That's right. Get to see him a little bit longer.
You know what? I saw Mortal Kombat. I was in the mood for that kind of movie, and it filled that need. It was just fine. It's not spectacular. The story isn't very complex.
I wouldn't expect a good story in there. Yeah.
But the action
If
is
it's
good.
fun, that's all you ask for.
Yeah.
I mean, look, as long as it's characters beating the hell out of each other, that's kind of what I expect.
Yep, that happens. Yeah, and the action was good.
Does it pick up right after part 1?
I don't even know if I saw part 1.
I think
So you're
that
saying
was
you don't
straight
need to see
streaming,
the other
right?
ones?
No, you
It
do not.
kind of ended with them looking for Johnny or whatever, like they found him or something like that, and then so
Well,
you know
he
he's
is
going
a
to be in the
star
next movie.
this. He's
Right,
a star
that's what I'm
in this
saying. So
movie.
I mean, does it pick up right after part 1? Yeah, I'm kind of guessing it does, right?
I haven't seen the first one since it came out. I think that went straight to streaming. I want to say that was around COVID, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was a while. I mean, I saw it in the movies.
It starts off.
Did you see it in the theater? Okay, I didn't think it was in theater. Okay.
Yeah, definitely was in the theater.
It starts off with a very funny scene of Carl Urban at a convention trying to get some attention and not doing very well. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it just kind of worked out that I ended up getting this today on the day that we're going to go
that's
see
awesome.
it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, hold it up.
I gotta
Hold it
open
up. Little Iron Studios 1/10.
Yeah, a little 110. You know, I wanted a Katana and a Melina, and so I got this one, and Melina's on her way whenever she gets released.
Nice.
Where'd you get it from?
From Iron Studios directly. I pre-ordered, must have been about 6 months ago, because somebody posted something on Instagram about her, or I saw something, and I went looking and saw that she was already sold out. Went through my email and I realized, I think I might have pre-ordered that one. I did. So,
those are the best ones. Like I don't even remember ordering that. And
yeah, I completely forgot. But apparently, it was one of those deals where you just kind of save your spot, so when she becomes available, then you can buy it. So it was almost like a reservation to be able to pre-order, or well, not even pre-order because she became available. I was like, all right, well, cool. I guess I already got that. So I went in and went through the checkout, and it was even 25% off too. So like, all right, great, worked out.
Sold. Yeah, sold.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are looking forward to The Mandalorian and Grogu. Justin Racklin brings that up, and Masters of the Universe in a couple weeks. I actually saw somebody that had an early screening of Masters of the Universe, and they said it was really good, that they really liked it, that they were a big fan of the stuff in the 80s and grew up in the 80s, and that it was, just a lot more serious in tone at times. So it was, and they said it was super, like, battle, gory, intense, which I was surprised. I thought it might be a little bit kind of cartoony, but so I think a lot of people will be happy with it from what I'm hearing. So that's good.
That's the one I'm most looking forward to right now. I can't wait for that movie. I love those characters, grew up with it all. I love that Hollywood right now, the Chinese theater, they have the whole Castle Grayskull built out from, which I'd love to go see. We have a Mattel amusement park that they've been building out here for about the past 4 or 5 years.
Really?
Who knows if it's ever going to get finished? Yeah. They have like the car, like a roller coaster for Hot Wheels. They have like a Barbie dream house, and they were supposed to have a big Castle Grayskull there too, which is like, well, now they came out with the movie. You guys really missed an opportunity having this ready, around the same time. But no, they've been working on it for a very long time.
Do you know who's building it? Like what company?
I don't know. It's some resort, and they're having this amusement park attached to it. I can't remember the name of it. It started with a V or something like that. But yeah, they've been trying for the past, like I said, it's been under development for about the past 4 or 5 years, and there's just no movement. It's almost like, did they run out of money? Is it just a failed project?
It seems like it's like that with so many. Like they were going to build this giant one about maybe 2.5 hours from us that was in Oklahoma. And it was going to be this like all American park. And it was, they had hired all these old Disney Imagineers, and it was going to be, from all the renders and stuff, it was going to be amazing, but it was in nowhere, Oklahoma. no big town near it. So like, where are you going to get the employees to work it? So like they hadn't thought any of that through. And of course it died, dead in the water after they had spent, millions and millions of dollars on, getting it ready and stuff. And it just never even went anywhere. So the fact that you at least have some building, they started breaking ground and everything. And it just, there's always like some sort of fraud involved or like some sort of scheme, it seems like, with these people that build these things. And so it's always a shame, but at least with yours, they have started at least and actually have some stuff.
Oh no, yeah, they've absolutely started. You can see the roller coasters off the 101 freeway over here. It's just, it just kind of seems like it's dead in the water at this point. There's no news on it. It was expected to open, I think, back in summer of 24, something like that. So yeah, I don't know.
Yikes.
Love to find out more. Love for it to come to fruition.
That'd be cool. Mando and Grogu, are you guys excited about it at all? I know people that I've heard from too, it just seems like they said it's like just it's like 3 episodes just put all together. And I kind of get that vibe too.
Get off your ass and go see it in the theater, for crying out loud. First Star Wars movie in 7 years to be in a theater. I'm so tired of hearing people saying, just see the movie and support it, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever trust reviews. What was that horror movie, Brian, that you said you just watched that started with the O? One of you guys started it?
Obsession.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it has like a 97% score or something like that.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't know about 97%, but it's good.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
There you go.
And I really like the ending. I think half the people in the theater probably don't understand what happened at the end of the movie. But if you understand what happened, it's a really cool ending.
I agree. I'm right there with you. Hokum too. I keep on saying it. People need to go see Hokum. It's a good movie.
I want to see Hokum.
Yeah, it was either that or Mandalorian, so the kids won.
See, I just feel like the majority of the audience doesn't have the attention span to get through a 2-hour movie anymore.
Bingo.
Yeah,
You're right.
They want it here. This is how you're supposed to feel about it.
Yeah.
And,
and that's something I noticed. In The Boys, actually. There was an interview with like Matt Damon somewhere where he was talking about how they write movies now where they write them, or TV shows, they write them to where they know people are on their phones throughout the whole thing that they're watching. So they have to keep on reiterating the plot and reiterating what they're trying to do, because you're going to miss it at some point throughout the episode or throughout the movie. So when I was watching The Boys this last season, I noticed that they kept on saying what they were doing and why they were doing it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's right, it's all right there. If
you have to deal with the public, you understand why they're doing it.
Yeah, I didn't know the storyline. It wasn't until like episode 4 or 5 that I even knew what they were trying to do. I knew they were, going after the V, but whatever it is, but I had no idea why.
Well, you brought up the movie theater, Jeff. It's interesting in our town. So if you guys remember 3 weeks or so ago, we had a big giant hailstorm, and this was, like baseball size, egg size, baseball, softball size hail. And we have a mall across town, and it's called Central Mall. And, there's still some stores in it, but it's like every mall, like most malls are dead. But it just destroyed the roof. And so they had this investigation about asbestos, which it was built after all of that anyway. So the whole town knew that that was not going to be an issue, but it destroyed the roof. And there, I mean, if you have like, a drone above the roof, there's just thousands of holes, and it did damage. And of course, all of like half of the things that were in there, they've announced that they're permanently closing, including our AMC theater. So it's our only theater in town. We do have like an art cinema downtown, like where they show art cinema movies. But like our 12 theater AMC said we're permanently closed. Our town, we have 50,000 people in our town. And so for a town that size without a theater and no announcement, then they said that there's maybe a couple of regional ones that might be interested, but I think at some point that mall is just going to be leveled, because no one's going to want. I mean, the owners are in California somewhere. They haven't put any money in it in a decade. The parking lot looks like it's been hit by landmines, and just because there's no upkeep, and it's like, why? You would think that they would just take the insurance money and bail, but it just sucks because like there are still people that like to go to movies, especially during the summer. I think it's probably when people go the most.
Yeah.
And it is a shame because like all these big summer movies, so like I can drive, an hour from here and go to an IMAX and watch whatever I want to go watch, but it does kind of suck. But it also gets you, wondering like, how many people are actually still going. That's probably why they didn't say they were going to reopen, because people aren't going anymore, which is a shame.
If you put out quality movies, people will go.
The numbers are up this year compared to last year as far as theaters. I guess we're lucky because we have a lot of successful malls still in my area with movie theaters, so that's not a problem for us. But sorry about my little rant there, but it's frustrating to me when it's been a long time since we had a Star Wars movie, literally 7 years, and I just wish people would support stuff like that when it comes out.
I'm excited for it. I think it looks fun. I mean, yes, we could just watch it.
The not so well, what it seems like is to be not so much of a success box office wise. It's going to affect more Star Wars in movie theaters moving forward.
Right.
Absolutely. They got to make their money. They got to get their return on their investment.
I think people are just so used to watching the series on Disney that they're like, well, why didn't you just put it on Disney or something?
Probably
that's what people are saying. Like, why not? If it's just a long 3-hour episode or whatever, 2-hour episode, like, why not just put it on Disney Plus or whatever? But
give us a Knights of the Old Republic movie, man. Do that. Put that in theaters.
One thing I do think that they are doing right, if you've ever been to Disney World or Disneyland in Star Wars Land, a Batuu, have you guys, any of you ridden the Millennium Falcon ride?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a ride where you were going to collect coaxium, and it was difficult to kind of drive the Millennium Falcon and stuff, and there was a lot of stuff that people really couldn't do other than if you were the pilot. Well, Disney as of today has just changed the mission, and so now it no longer is that original mission. Now you are with Mando and Grogu, and you are now, I've actually watched the entire footage of it, you now can fly up, and the pilots still pilot. The pilots can still punch it into hyperspace. The gunners are now, like, you go on this training mission where you shoot down TIE fighters, and it's got the Mandalorian music, which is great, because that was the problem with the first ride, is that it had no Star Wars music, so to speak. And then now the engineer halfway through has the ability to pick where you go. And so you can go to Cloud City, you can go to Coruscant, or you can go, I can't remember the third location, but it has John Williams music and all those other pieces. So as you're flying around, it actually feels like Star Wars, and the flight controls are a lot better. And so, you're constantly shooting TIE fighters now, and you still have to collect a bounty instead of the coaxium. Now you collect a bounty. So it just looks so much more fun. So I'm like, that's something Disney's doing right.
I had no problem with the first one. See, I thought the original, before they changed it, you were supposed to fly bad. That's what made it fun. Like, you're crashing into things. They're like,
no, you're not supposed to fly bad. That's not.
I feel like all those buttons weren't even doing anything.
Yeah, I didn't like that original one, to be honest with you. So
no one did.
Cool. I had no idea they were doing this. That's good news. I'll be there in a month.
But it's good they change it, because now it'll get people to go back on the ride, multiple times.
Yeah, and the fact that there's 3 different locations, it's kind of more like Star Tours, where you could actually go and visit different places. Another thing that Disneyland is doing right is they have changed the timeline. So instead of just being in the Rey timeline, now it's all of Star Wars timeline. So now instead of Kylo Ren coming out of the big ship, now Darth Vader comes out with the stormtroopers. And there's John Williams' original music now playing throughout the land. That is going to change how people feel about that land, because to me, the most important part of any environment is the music that Disney puts in it. And it just creates that feel and, belonging as part of that world. They haven't said that they're going to do that in Florida yet. I think at some point they will, but Disneyland usually does it right. And because that's where the true love is, in that park. And so I'm excited for people in California. I don't know if you've already experienced that, Jeff, or not, walking through there with the new music.
It's more crowded.
That makes sense, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
did you feel different walking through there with the music with John Williams?
Yeah.
As if we need longer lines at Rises of Resistance. But
yeah.
But I just mean, like, in the shopping area and by Millennium Falcon, and there's just more people, which is kind of cool. Yeah, no, I think it's a good move.
That's what they should have done in the first place. I still am of the belief they should have just done Moss Eisley and just, you know, because Moss Eisley's timeless. It doesn't matter what part of the timeline it is. That's a location that people can, because I think most people want to be part of an environment that you've seen on a movie before. Like same with Harry Potter, where you go to Hogsmeade, you want to do the same thing with Star Wars. You want to visit a place that you have felt before, that you can identify with.
I agree, and there's moments that are kind of like that. Like if you go to Uga's Cantina, the place where
Uga's
you can get a
Cantina,
drink yeah. Like you go in there, it does feel kind of like, you know, the cantina from the first movie. But I think what they were probably betting on was they did the whole, you know, sequel trilogy. They thought that was going to be a massive success and everybody's going to love it, and they, you know, put all those characters in there. And then, you know, it just got stale, you know? I mean, when was that park open? It opened in what, like 2019, 2020, something like that. It's been running for 6 years with those characters. It's ready for a refresh, and everybody wants the original. Well, you know, I want the original characters. I mean, getting to see Vader walking around when I go out there next month, I'm going to be happy as hell.
Yeah, it's just going to be so much better, and I think Disney, especially under you know, Josh D'Amaro, who's their new CEO, I really like him a lot, and I think that they're really starting to kind of put more love into the park. You know, they just opened the new Rock and Roller Coaster this week, starring the Muppets, and I've watched all of that, and that's all really well done. They have Muppet animatronics and stuff. I'm a big Aerosmith guy, but I think this is even better because it's fun. What? Okay, so this is at Hollywood Studios. It was always Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith since I believe 1989, and now the Muppets have taken over. So they closed Muppet Vision 3D, and they took a lot of the props and stuff, and they moved it over. They kind of kept the same storyline of G-Force Records, where, you know, they're taking over, but they got to get everybody to the concert on time. And there's just all these great gags, but they added animatronics, the Muppets animatronics, to the pre-show and then the post-show also. And then they have like 5 songs, and they're all fun, like Walking on Sunshine and Rock and Roller Coaster of the, you know, just all these great songs. Blur, song 2. But they're all sung by the Mayhem, you know, the guy with the gold tooth, and it's like, so awesome. It's going to be fun. And so I don't know. I think Disney's doing a really good job as of late of trying to like kind of get the magic back a little bit.
Did you hear that?
I think they need to. I'm going to be out there in 2 weeks, and I think I'm going to try to do a Hollywood Studios at night. You know, one of those after hours tickets, just so I can get on that ride.
Yeah, I think you will love it. It's just everything I've seen so far. It's really, and like the interior of the ride is pretty much the same, like with the flats, like the big Hollywood sign and stuff that you go through, but they've added Muppet stuff to it. So like, whereas
awesome.
like, I was
wondering how they were going to do that.
Yeah, so they like there's like palm trees, the same palm trees that are there, but they have like Muppet faces kind of at the top, and then like one of the road signs where you go under it, like beakers plastered onto the sign, like
it.
So like stuff like that.
That's
I think
awesome.
it'll be really fun, and the music,
cool.
The music's just going to be fun too. I think so.
I mean, it's such a fast ride. It's such a dark ride, you know. When you're going through the whole roller coaster aspect, I was wondering how they were going to actually update that, but it sounds like they did just some little things here and there.
Yeah, minute and 30 seconds. So the roller coaster is exactly the same. They did paint the limo all like tie-dye colors and stuff, so it'll be fun.
Cool.
And there's like props in the queue and stuff, so it'll be neat, I think. But anyway, sorry I went askew with the Disney talk there, but
I can talk Disney all day.
I could too. We should just do a Disney show every once in a while.
We should.
Like I said, I don't want to take too much time tonight, but this was just posted earlier, topic number 1. It's a long topic. I'm just going to read it. Given current price points, shipping costs, tariffs, surprise invoices, wait times, oversaturation of products, and prepaid pre-orders that will never be fulfilled, has your love for collecting statues diminished? Are you completely over this hobby, or are you still as excited about it as you used to be? So I thought I would ask the crew. You know, there's a lot there. Again, price point, shipping cost, tariffs, surprise invoices, wait times, oversaturation, prepaid pre-orders. You know, we were just talking earlier about like those 3 busts, that Batman Who Laughs, and the Superman. Kind of wondering if that'll ever even get made.
Right.
You know, there are certain companies that we've definitely barely heard from. That's one of them. You know, Dark Side Collectible Studios and Tweeterhead from time to time, and
Blitzway.
Supercraft, Blitzway. Like there's all these companies that are like, we're kind of getting nervous about. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about the hobby? Are you still as passionate? Are you still excited, or has it diminished a little bit with all the stuff kind of going on as of late?
Personally, I'm glad I'm not a new collector and I was able to get what I have while the time was still, right and somewhat affordable. I feel bad for people just starting off in this hobby, and maybe that's why it is kind of dying down, just because, like I said, the prices and the shipping and now the tariff fees. And I mean, being it's Man Bat week, look at Man Bat, you see the price and you're like, okay, it's not too bad. And then you throw it in your cart and then all of a sudden there's a tariff fee and then the shipping's like $100. It's like, for you, once it all adds up, it was like over $1,000, so it's like, compared to back in the days when we were paying 300, then 500, and then 600, it's like creeping ever so much over that $1,000 threshold. So hopefully it slows down a little bit eventually.
Well, I mean, you said it about the new collectors. We really did come into the hobby at a good time. And, I have collectors hit me up every once in a while. They're like, I can't even fathom, how you guys collected back in the day. It's like, it's just such a different world now with the prices. And it's, I think most of us in our collections right now, if you are in your room, you're pretty happy with what you got.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have anything else coming ever, you'd be like, okay, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good here.
I will add this. I would be totally fine just having like even just one statue, two statues, 3 statues in my collection. I'd be happy with that. I don't need like a whole, huge collection. So I think, for most people, just to pick up 1 or 2, it's within reason.
So you're saying if you had to pare down, you would be okay with that? If you just had to get, rid of everything all of a sudden?
If I was starting fresh, like I used to, rotate my whole entire collection every few years, I would never do that now. It's way too chaotic to even think about doing that. One, between trying to sell everything because not many people are even buying old statues, and then 2, trying to repurchase all the new stuff, at double, triple the price. I'm staying. What I have now is going to stay with me for a very long time. There's no refreshing the whole entire collection.
So I think that all of us probably did the same type of thing where we kind of stair-stepped our way up to where we are right now, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
That was exactly what I was going to say, was that.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was a point where my first collection, you would say, actually did fund where I was going and kind of even where I'm at now. A lot of those, I think back only because you just got the Spider-Man. I had that, sold it, and made a little bit of a profit at the time. And then a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the Marvel MCU pieces, the Falcon, the Winter Soldier, the Iron Man, the Black Panther. Those, when I sold them, I bought them at retail from Sideshow for $700. I think Cap might have been $600. When I sold them, I think the Falcon, I sold him, and this is before, COVID and all that stuff happened to us. I sold Falcon. He was probably like $2,500. So I made a tremendous profit on all those pieces. Now, I think we were talking about it with Jeff had them back in the day, and I'm just like, man, I still miss those pieces, and it was hard to let them go. And then Jeff the lady says, yeah, but the profit probably softens that blow a little bit.
Sure does.
Which it did. But I funded, when I decided to go 1/3, I just kind of got rid of most of the 1/4. That's how I was able to just make the hobby fund itself. And then once I got to a certain level, it was like, okay, well, space is at a premium now too. These 1/3 take up a lot of space. So if I want to get something, it wasn't always about the finances, because there's ways to work around that. We could always make more money, thank God. But, you can't always make more space unless something has to go, So it just kind of worked hand in hand where like, okay, I need this space. And like you said, Chris, we always have about 3 pieces that are on the bubble, right? That if
Always.
they have to go, they're the first to go. So, okay, I'm going to get rid of this. And yeah, I'll get some finances off of that. But more importantly, I'm going to get some shelf space for whatever it is that I want coming in. And again, do I always have to make a profit off? And this went for back in the day too. I didn't always have to make a profit for what I was selling. At the end of the day, yeah, they're not broken. You don't play with it or whatever, but it did sit on your shelf. So it is technically used, you know, and I listed as such. Hey, this sat, no problem. Shipper box, art box, come and get it, you know, and selling it, maybe I, you know, can't completely fund the next piece that I want to get, but it's going to pay for half of it or 75% of it. And that to me is fine, you know? So yeah, it helped pay for a little bit of the new thing, but more importantly, it freed up this space, and there we go. So yeah, the hobby does fund itself, but that's if you've been in it for as long as we have, and you were able to, you know, kind of manipulate the situation to where you could do that. Now it's really tough to sell stuff. I mean, I'm trying to sell the Dark Knight Returns piece now, and that piece was, you know, you couldn't find it anywhere back in the day. And now, you know, I have it for a decent price, and it's just hard to get rid of. So, but that's kind of how it is. Yeah, like just to echo what Eric said, I kind of feel bad for people coming in now because they didn't know the good old days when premium formats were $300 and shipping was $30.
$30, yeah. So do you guys all agree, like, is it just impossible for new collectors to kind of stair step up like we used to be able to do? Do you guys see any way they could do that now?
I mean, I guess it depends on your income, you know, if you can afford it.
Yeah.
But I would imagine for like the average worker, most people aren't, you know, these are you know, luxury items, not you know, things you're ordering every week.
Yeah, Northern Lad just says, I just bought a brand new in-box XM Studios Gambit for $450 shipped.
Look at that.
Prices are insanely low. Like that's, I mean, it's never been a better time to buy, which I guess if you are a new collector, I mean, I guess we could flip it. You know, like a few years ago, we were spending, you know, $1,500 on an XM quarter scale. Well, now you can get one for $450 shipped. So maybe it is a good time to be a new collector.
Right, but the value is still
Buying
set
used.
It's still set where it is. So even if you want to, if you bought it for $450, unless something drastically changes, you know, down the road, when you go to sell it, you might be selling it for the same thing or less. You know, like it's just the values are just down on these things all over the place.
So maybe the key strategy, if you're, you know, new into the hobby, would be to really buy the pieces you're really wanting and you really want to stick with.
Yeah.
Because I think in the old days, like you said, we could buy 10 statues a year or whatever, and then know that there's always going to be some on the bubble that somebody's going to want. There's always going to be something new, shiny new toy over here. So we're going to sell the old version to get the new version. And I don't know if collectors can do that these days. So if you like see a piece that's an older used piece, and in some cases, even ones that have never been opened, sometimes people say, I've never even opened this thing.
Yeah,
and they're still selling it that cheap because they can't sell it otherwise.
Exactly. So, and then
or if there's
get some friends.
Well, yeah. Or if there's like yeah, Billy's looking at me, I'm sure with that one. But, or if there's like slightly little breakage, you know, or like little scratches, you know, you can get them for a really good deal. And it's, you know, another thing too is, you know, you get some of those old pieces. You get a box that's about 1/3 of the size of the boxes these days, so they're easier to store too in all the boxes. But yeah, you know, I look for statues on eBay every once in a while. If there's a little breakage in it, it's like, okay, well, here, I'll give you this and give you this much, and they end up accepting it. It's like, okay, we're good.
Jeff Morris, you have slowed down over the last year or so. You know, you've had, I think, has it been maybe a year or two since you had one come in?
Yeah, it's probably been over a year.
Over a year. Okay. So Man Bat is your first.
Was Penguin the last one?
Oh, Penguin. That's right. Penguin.
But I won that.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Score.
That's right. Yeah. Big score. So
that was a hellaciously good score.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had it. I wouldn't have had it.
Well, so Man Bat again is one of your first bigger purchases.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the hobby right now? Is there a reason why you slowed down originally? Was there just stuff that you weren't seeing out there that you really had to have?
I started slowing down when I saw how much they were charging for shipping because I thought it was
stupid.
Yeah. You know what? The Prime 1 sale, they had the Joker with the selfie stick. The shipping was more than a statue. That is some bullshit. I don't care. It doesn't cost that much to send that over here, and I don't care who says, "Oh, it doesn't." It doesn't. There's no way it would cost $1,200 to ship it.
Yeah, there's no doubt that there are companies that are
it's a sale.
Yeah, that they're having a sale, but then they're super padding shipping.
So let me ask you guys this: what Jeff just brought up. I mean, they run these winter sales and spring sales, whatever they do, where the statue is reduced to rubble, like $600, and then the shipping is. Do they really think that we're stupid that we're actually going to fall for that? Like once you put it in your cart,
because people do
all calculate. I don't. That's what
a lot of places do that.
It's the psychology. It's the psychology of people thinking that they're getting a deal. It's the same thing as marking something up 25% off and then offering a 25% off coupon.
They wouldn't keep doing it if people weren't falling for it.
Nah.
Yeah. If you look at retail stores, like during the holidays or whenever there's a sale, like they'll say it's they'll mark it up higher and be like, look, it's on sale. Meanwhile, it's the same price that it always was.
Amazon during Prime Week, that's what Amazon does to a lot of things.
What's that called whenever it's like day by day pricing? You know what I'm saying? Like lettuce might be $1 this day, and then the next day it's $1.25, or it just I can't remember what that. There's a term for that.
Variable pricing?
Maybe, but there's a lot of things going to that. There's a lot of stores going to that system. Even Disney, we talked about earlier, they have that. Different days of the week, different times of the year, the prices are more. Do you think that that's kind of what the statue companies think at some times, where they're like, yeah, we'll just
these
make
are too
it a deal,
expensive
but
to be doing that. These are too expensive to be doing that. Just lay a flat price. If you want to do a deal, just do an actual deal.
Dynamic.
I mean, Lexicus does that. They, all the stuff that's on sale, all the XM stuff, that stuff changes all the time. It'll go from $4.99 to $3.99 on Tuesday, and suddenly it's $3.49 the next day. And yeah, they're doing that like crazy.
Yeah, everybody's chiming in. It's called dynamic pricing.
That's a good point. No, that's a good point, Jeff, because I got a deal one time. So my buddy Noah, he was buying a statue off of, actually, I think it was Spec Fiction. Buy one, get a second one half off or something like that. And so he bought $1,000 piece, and he's like, "You want this, XM Darth Malik for $500?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah.
So got him for half off.
Yeah.
And that was a legit sale.
That was a legit sale. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you get more of that from the resale, from the retailers like Spec or Comic Con.
Not the company directly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Sideshow will do that occasionally, though. They'll
Not
put out some
Sideshow
deals.
because they're stateside. So we're not talking about them. But yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, if their stuff for whatever Memorial Day, I guess they might have a sale, right? Most
They'll probably do a promo code for whatever's in stock.
Most do.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, their stuff is legit.
So this is a good example. If you live where shipping isn't as high, then the sales are legit. I have a friend in Japan said it was $200 for 3 boxes. So there you go. It's just like, sometimes people in the United States, we benefit from lower shipping costs where we don't have all of those fees. Like you always hear about the people in Europe that have these awful God-forsaken fees. But if it's local to them, they're going to have less fees. So like at least there's some balance there sometimes. So I'm really glad to hear that, when Prime One does have sales, they are legit for people that are there. But for people over here, it's like the nightmare scenario. And I hope people don't fall for it. Always check anytime you're looking at something, even it doesn't even Hexapus, it'll say it'll show it's only $60. And then you go to the product link, and maybe that was just like the deposit payment or something. Yeah, that was just the deposit amount. So there's little tricks that companies will do. So always make sure that you put stuff in your cart and figure out what the shipping and all that's going to be before you ever buy.
Read the breakdown.
Read the breakdown. The sales tax. That's you also know if if you buy something off of eBay, you're going to pay another $100, $200 in sales tax or whatever.
That was another thing, Chris. We talk about collecting back in the day. Back in the day, you didn't get hit with sales tax on eBay.
Yep.
Nope.
And you didn't get hit with sales tax at Sideshow.
Nope.
No.
So
that's two big things when I started, and I'm sure you guys too. No tax at Sideshow, no tax on eBay, and it was a free-for-all. I was just getting in 2 statues a week. It was crazy.
I never had that benefit because I'm in the same state as California. So,
sorry, buddy.
Yeah, Well, that's a sacrifice you have for 72 perfect degrees every day.
75
but
today.
No, hot day today. No, there you go.
Like Chris said, when you start shopping around to see where you want to buy from, Secret Compass, depending on the state. I know here in New Jersey, there's no sales tax. Same thing with Comic Concepts. There's no sales taxes. So that's something to look at, when you're actually calculating everything up.
Yeah, I think that, just doing your due diligence is really important, especially if you are even if you're a veteran collector, but especially to the new people in the hobby, take your time, look around, and even if, again, another great resource is the buy, sell, trade groups, because, if you go to eBay, everybody's marking them way up because you have to pay all the eBay fees.
Yeah.
And so then you're going to have to pay sales tax on top of that even. So like, look at the buy, sell, trade groups. Again, the biggest advice is anytime I make a sale or buy something, ask for a video showing off the piece in their collection. Almost everybody's cool with that. But if somebody says, no, I don't have a camera, I don't have this, I don't have that, instantly pass.
Red flag.
Freaking buddy's got a camera. Everybody's got some ability. And don't just take pictures. Don't take pictures because they could be photoshopped and manipulated. Videos can be too, but they're a lot harder to do. And just ask around the community too. Ask around. But those are really great resources also where you can get a really good deal. I actually was looking at a piece earlier today. Somebody was selling the XM Studios Iron Man. He's just standing there, kind of going like this.
Oh, that's a great one.
And I thought it would pair up really nice with the LBS. If that's kind of what I do with like the Spider-Man with the LBS pieces in the premium formats, to kind of do something similar with Iron Man. Those are my two favorite characters. Maybe putting some quarter scales around. I'm like, I really like that piece. I think they were asking like $900 for it or something like that. I'm like, maybe.
It used to be a lot more expensive though.
Sure. And that's the thing is like, but even like 900, I'm like, maybe I can get it for 800. I don't know.
Yeah.
So again, just kind of being patient and waiting around. Sometimes you can do that too.
I had that piece back in the day. I think I paid $1,100 or something like that.
Me too. I was probably like around 12, something like that.
That was my very first XM piece. And even back then, remember back in the day, like, so everybody else was kind of like affordable, and then XM was always super expensive, like over $1,000. And that was like my first big purchase. I was like, I can't believe I'm spending this much. And then now everything's that price these days.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like somebody said it earlier. They said most people feel like kind of XM hasn't really been holding their value. And I feel like that's kind of true.
Hexapus is selling them for $400 a pop.
I know. I mean, that says a lot.
Somebody mentioned that as one of the topics. Like, what do you think about Hexapus? But their prices are low, but it's because you don't know what you're going to get. Like, it could arrive like damaged or something like that, right? It's like kind of like an open box type item.
Yeah, there's no after sales help.
Well, they said that that's not true. That is only applies to maybe stuff that's out of production. Maybe like if it's older pieces, they can't get replacement pieces because it's done. But I think they said that they will replace pieces that are newer and in production pieces right now.
Yeah, but the XM stuff, it was all new. But it's been sitting in a warehouse or warehouses for years. And who knows if it's under variable temperatures or what that does to statues but what you get, there's no after sales care for those pieces.
Because they're just not making the pieces anymore. They can't go to XM and be like, hey, I need a new Iron Man arm. Like,
but Hexapus has 3 more up for sale. So why can't they give you that, broken arm out of one of the other pieces?
Well, maybe they could. That's a good question.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, Chris, am I still excited about the, collecting and stuff? I mean, yeah, I am. We all got Man-Bat, and it was like, hey, when are you getting yours? Yours shipped? Yours okay? That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That here's a statue that we all got, and we're all just kind of bouncing over. I mean, we're lucky we have this little group where we can share stuff like that. But that was fun where, you got yours, now we're all kind of like, I have mine already, Bryan has his already, Jeff got his fixed, and it's like, well, we're all kind of like on pins and needles still hoping that Eric's comes good and that Jeff Morris's comes good. And that's been fun, where, because we know how much we like it and we're excited. And, we do kind of like, you have to wish that for your buddies too. And then you see everybody else in the community that has got it too. And it's like, man, here's this piece where it's kind of taken everybody by storm. So that was a lot of fun.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's been one of those.
It's been, I can't.
Been a while.
Good. That's a great point. I can't remember a piece that has completely captivated
And that's
everybody.
to tell them something.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even just us.
I
It's all over
know
Facebook.
everybody wanted a Riddler. I don't believe, I didn't want it.
I don't think it was
Like
nearly as
Man
big
Bat.
as this. Yep.
Man,
How
that
long
was bringing
does it
everybody
sell out?
together.
When's it going to sell out?
I don't know. I keep looking because I'm waiting to see it go on load.
I think it'll be soonish.
You
Yeah,
think? Yeah.
I do.
I think
I
it
think-
will because I've seen a couple of
Wow.
brick and mortar stores that I follow on Facebook. And here's the scary thing. They've all opened theirs and displayed it. And I'm thinking, you're never going to ship that thing back because it's not.
No.
No, you're never packaging that back up.
No.
It's just- yeah,
Nope.
that was the only thing about that piece. It's
Yeah.
It would make me nervous to ship it back. It would.
Just take it home. Just take it home. Sell it to
Yeah.
the customer. Take it home assembled. Just somebody
Yeah.
hold it in the back of the car.
Because I know a
I-
lot of them do internet sales, and I'm thinking, I don't know.
I put the box back in the shipper today, and I was thinking, it's like, oh, I'm going to put this back in the corner of my boxes because like I can't imagine me selling this one ever, really, because
Yeah,
it's
so
like I
you're
just
gonna
think it's the
have to-
perfect man bat statue.
you're gonna have to come get this thing if ever. Yeah, I don't see another man bat.
This is a box almost worth just throwing out, not even storing.
yeah, you might be right. You might be.
Ben, did you get the man bat?
I did not. I don't have really much of the rogues or past Batman kind of characters, so
Oh.
I mean, it's a piece.
You're
that
on the
makes
show
me-
tonight, man. You need a man
No.
bat.
Live
Live
pre-order.
pre-order.
Live pre-order.
That's it.
It's a
That's like
it's
your
a piece that makes me
initiation for the-
want to go after the Scarecrow and the other guys for sure. And now, I mean, obviously not right this second, but now I have a room. Yeah. Now I have a room with a little more space, so
Gotta fill it
We'll
up.
see. Yeah, we'll see.
You're
down the
hanging
line,
out
but,
with the wrong bunch of people.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
This is
are.
like being in AA and
Yeah.
going out
Well,
with your
that's
drinking
why-
friends.
that's where this
because
guy
my-
came from.
Because my response is get Scarecrow too, because Scarecrow is awesome, and you can get him for a good price right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I-
scarecrows. Amazing.
Yeah, I just got the Scarecrow a couple of days ago because Eric posted a photo, and somehow he got it where it casted this shadow. It looked
Yeah, I saw.
awesome. It looked awesome. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
it really does that. And it's funny because then I took my photo wasn't nearly as good as his, right? And I put it in our private chat, and Eric immediately noticed. Look, it kind of casted a little bit.
It had a shadow. Out of all the statues you had on that table, that was
I
the
didn't
only one that
notice, yeah.
casted a shadow onto the.
It did. So yeah, it's super
Statue's
cool. So
so
if you come
good.
across that one at a decent price, which it could be, I paid like $400 for it. So which it's not chump change, but it could be gotten at a good price. Definitely.
I see
Don't
cheaper than
hesitate to
retail.
pick that up.
So
I've
Ben,
seen
I could
cheaper
change
than
my
retail,
graphic
though.
really. I could change my graphic really quick to live unboxing up here. So like, it's like let's just do a live pre-order unboxing. Here we go.
Yep.
Do it. Do
Yeah,
it.
that's right. That's right. Well,
Well,
I
we'll see
I
it.
do.
We'll see you in the next stream.
That's right. Well, I do think that this one, again, there's been so many people posting. People are really loving this piece. There's some great reviews like Jeff's out there. I think that this is, I think it relates, or people like it because it could be horror also, and it's kind of that old school, like grotesque
It's
sideshow. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because you have yours next to Frankie, which is a great, I have that photo to look at in a minute, but it's just like, I think that it's a piece that kind of transcends the fandom a little bit. And
Those two
I-
look
I-
like they came out of the same story. That picture that you have.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do. And I
Don't
think that
forget
that's,
Blorp. Blorp is in that picture too. Don't forget Blorp.
that's right. Mark Newman, give him a shout out. But like, it's like one of those things where I think that if like somebody suggested like one of the topics, like get Sideshow to make a grotesque Two-Face, like, yeah. Make these monster-like characters. Yes, Riddler wasn't everybody's cup of tea, and they kind of went their grotesque way on that. But there is something to this man bat. So like if they made these monsters, make a monsters Clayface, make a scary looking Ra's al Ghul. Like, give us these creepy looking characters, and I think people will gravitate
Professor
towards them.
Pig. Professor Pig.
Yeah, Professor Pig. He's a killer. He's a killer. I mean, he's just a psycho killer. Like, it'd be perfect.
I think I would
They
have
could do
been
something
in
really
the
gross
Riddler
with that.
if he had not been sitting. The sitting.
Did you want more like over the shoulder cane type of
Well,
pose?
standing up?
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean,
More like what
Maybe the
Brian Lynn's
Daniel
doing.
Bell
where
Joker.
would I put
something
him
like that.
sitting here? If it would just not work.
You would have to replace the Robin.
Yeah, something.
You'd have to do something like that. Now, Billy, you posted. Have you seen any more of that Riddler? You posted that custom Riddler.
No, that's what my guy sent me.
Okay, I was curious if you had seen any more of it because, like, I'm kind of intrigued.
No, he was teasing it. I mean, he's currently working on it.
Okay,
So Kevin Vincent's asking about the arm seams. What do you guys think of the arm seams?
they're bad.
Yeah, they're gnarly, man.
They're not good. But like, I think Brian said the other night, like, I kind of have mine off like this angle, like right like this, like here straight on, kind of off to the side. I think you could still go this way a little bit, but he looks best front or off to the side a little bit. But if you go sideways, they're gonna bother you. Those seams could have been done a lot better.
Yeah. If you look at it, there is one piece of fur like in the back, like where the armpit is, where it kind of overlaps. I feel like if they would have did that continuously right along the seam,
Yeah.
it would have hit it so much better. I know what Anthony said about breakage and all that stuff. And I
I've
don't know.
seen none of those jeans.
I see no jean parts get ripped.
Which is
exactly.
crazy. You know what? So I brought my wife down and showed her Man Bat. She really liked it, but do you know what her least favorite part of it was?
The jeans.
Those jean spikes.
Really?
She's like, she hated that. She's like, she's like, jeans would never do that. They would never be spiky like that. They would flop down. And I'm like, that's one of my favorite parts. I really like how they look.
Well,
But I
yeah,
thought that was
love it.
interesting. I love that part.
But yeah, I
I
think
thought it
if
was
they would have
interesting
done
from her
that on the-
perspective.
I think if they
So
would
the
have
man
done that
bat is
same
believable,
thing,
but the jean part.
Right. I know. Yeah, exactly.
Jeans don't do
Exactly.
that. Maybe they were skinny jeans. Who knows?
Yes, I don't know. I don't know. I thought they were really
line.
cool. But like, I can't believe those haven't broken on anybody's because like that's the most delicate part of the whole statue. But
well,
for me,
remember, he's like landing on the light. You know, they're flaring out. It's motion.
I agree. That's what I think.
90% cotton, 10% polyester.
That's right. That's right.
I
They're
was
also
watching.
stretchy.
I was laughing watching Delaney's review. He's like, a scientist wouldn't be wearing denim jeans. He should be having like.
That's true. Yeah.
I was like, what's he doing?
It was
He had some
it's
tacky
casual
pants
Friday.
on.
It's casual
Who
Friday.
knows?
It's nighttime.
Yeah.
Well, I will just say too, like the seams for me, I would buy that Man Bat a million times over. The seams do not bother me. Now, if they were on the front, it might bother me a little bit, but like they're not bad enough to ever get me to say it's not a good statue. I would still give that statue for me 9.5 out of 10. Could
From
it
normal
have been
viewing
better
distance-
on the seam? Yes, but
From
it is what
normal
it is.
viewing distance, it's not as bad.
No.
You have to know it's there and be looking at it like up close to be like, oh, this is bad. You put it in
Well,
your
you
shelf.
also you also
get
got
on
to
there.
turn him like all the way sideways, and who's posing him completely sideways?
Yeah.
Very few people would do that
That's wooden.
Right.
because then you don't
I
even
mean,
see the
and
bat
it
signal.
looks very classic to, what's it? Neil Adams.
Yeah, Neil Adams.
Uh-huh.
Jim says hashtag bring back Jeff Morris. John says, wow, Jeff Morris is back. I think your fan club is here, my friend. We're glad to see you back. Absolutely. Ben K, I don't know if you ever said, Ben, like how you kind of feel about the hobby right now. I mean, obviously you're
Yeah.
probably in the dumps with your water problems. I mean, that's a big ding right now, but like, how do you feel? You've been in the game for a little while.
Yeah. When did you get
Yeah.
started, man?
My first third scale was 2021. So
Okay.
a little past the glory days of the
Yeah, a little
pricing
bit.
that you guys were talking about. And most of it I've gotten, used off of buy sell trades and whatnot. I've gotten a couple things from Sideshow, like the Dark Knight Returns Batman. But
Lightning Bolt.
yeah, Lightning Bolt.
Yep,
And Hush. I got Hush from used also. So mostly I've bought and used, but I have the J&D Affleck pre-ordered from J&D, so that's a pretty big one. But as far as the question goes, just thinking about it, I think the thing that keeps me really excited is just that the pieces are better than they've ever been.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you look at J&D Superman, I think, obviously it's a prototype, but that might be the best statue I've ever seen in my life. And I'm a huge Alex Ross guy, so that line really excites me.
Mhm.
When Prime One first announced their Ross pieces, that had me insane because I was ready to pre-order them day one, and then I did pre-order Superman day one, and Batman never came. So
Yes, that's very
I'm
true.
going J&D instead. But it's just, I think the quality of the pieces being better than they've ever been excites me the most, and all those things still exist that's running down the screen right now. So those are all negatives, but at the end of the day, if you can make it happen and get the piece in hand, I mean, what's more exciting than seeing this right here? It's incredible. So the quality of pieces really keep me in the game.
Well, I mean, we've got about 100 people watching with us right now, and if you're watching the show, that means that you're still in this. You're still in this hobby with us, and I still feel like there have been some people that have left and have had negative thoughts about the hobby. Obviously, some people have been burned by various, companies and different things. But I think at the end of the day, there's still that passion that we all have, and I agree with what you just said, Ben, about the quality. The quality is better than it's ever been. And so, the prices are probably going to be higher as a reflection of that. I mean, yes, we do have the glory days, and yes, we can celebrate all the amazing things that we have, but there is still exciting stuff out there. And we said before too, sometimes you just have to kind of maybe you have to save a little bit longer, maybe you get less pieces a year, but there's still amazing options out there for collectors. And hopefully the companies that put them out for pre-order are still going to be able to put them out, which does have us concerned right now in 2026. But I think all of us, right? We're all still in it. We're all still excited about the hobby. I don't feel like we have any necessarily negative feelings toward the hobby right now.
I mean, does the other stuff, is that part of the hobby too? Like the conventions and the art? I
think so. It's all that nerdy stuff that we love,
Right. So
even if you're not actively collecting, I think
like I said, you don't have to be actively getting a statue in all the time. Exactly. Like me and Eric got PhillyCon coming up in 2 weeks. Dude, that's all I'm thinking about. Like, I'm excited. Jeff's got a con for the next 3 months. Then you're going to San Diego. You guys are going to meet up together. I mean, Bryan, I'm sure there's something coming up or whatever. You keep missing Monsterpalooza, but there's that part of it too. It's not just getting in a statue. Maybe it's an art print or whatever. Like I went to my local comic shop. I don't know why I picked this up. It was $15, but it looked cool. Tony Daniel, like whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it was there. It was cheap, and I bought it.
I gotta show you mine.
What's that?
Oh, that's cool.
Well, look at that.
This is original art.
Yeah.
Who's that by?
I just got this in.
Who did that?
Mano Ramirez, I believe, from Instagram. I really like his work, and I thought this was really fun with the puppet.
Yeah, it's cool.
So it's a good price. Yeah, Mano Ramirez on Instagram. He's constantly coming out with cool stuff, but I like that Joker a lot. So it's been
rolled. So there's like other aspects of the hobby that aren't just necessarily getting in a statue. So I mean, and for us, we're constantly bouncing stuff off one another. And I don't know about other people in like other groups or how it works, but if I get something and I share it, or like if Eric's getting something and he shares it, if he's excited, I'm excited, man. And it goes for any one of you guys.
So let me ask Jeff. So like you said, it's been a year since you've bought anything. What keeps you in the hobby? If you're not currently buying, like what keeps you in it? Do you still like to see the stuff that's coming out? Do you still have an interest or passion?
I love to see the stuff.
That's great. That's what I love. It's like you don't have to buy it. You don't
talking about it. And I mean, nobody really, I don't talk to anybody else about it. People come down here and they're like, you need psychiatric help.
Well, we all probably need a little bit of that. There's nothing wrong with that at all, but
Yeah,
but my wife.
Jeff does comic hauls too. Like when he goes and picks up the new Absolute issues, he shares them with us. So all the different,
I
Covers
just got
now.
the green arrow today. I think it started.
Right, yeah. So I mean, there's so many aspects of this stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, and it all keeps us connected. And again, we talk about it ad nauseum, but like it's the community, it's the connections, it's the interaction that we have, whether it's at a show or on Facebook or on Instagram or on these shows here. Or
I know traffic was horrible today in New York. So.
I know that's right. We learned all about the traffic in New York today.
Yeah,
absolutely.
you're feeling our pain. I told you.
That's right. But it's like that's what it is. It's all of it. It's you don't have to be buying constantly. You don't have to buy it all. You can live vicariously through other people. I mean, I do that all the time. Jeff got that. Did you get that Spider-Man in yet?
No, I think they're making more or something.
All right. Somebody's trying to sell one to me today.
For how much?
I think 900.
Wow.
I paid $7.99 shipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts, but I couldn't remember if you got it in yet or not. I didn't think.
When were you expecting that one, Jeff?
I don't know. It's just listed as a pre-order. I'm not sure exactly when it's coming.
So yeah, but like again, living vicariously through other collectors and saying, oh, like look how great Bryan's display with the light up feature looks back there. What's Eric up to with the 3D printing? It's like it's fun to see what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is getting, and it yes, there are negatives, but I feel like the positives still far outweigh the negatives. And it's all mental. It's how you treat the hobby. It's how you again live your life. It's like how you mentally go into the hobby. You can either be negative about it all the time and be miserable, or you can try to find the bright side.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're miserable about it, why are you in it?
Yeah, why are you doing anything?
I think that's a question a lot of collectors need to ask themselves.
Yeah,
like why are you still in it?
We're talking about the community. I mean, us here, COC crew and the Collectors Assemble crew and the BBC guys. There's a lot of great channels, and then what Marcos is doing with the StatueCon. I'm dying to go to that, and it's just it's in August, so it's tough for me.
It's bad timing.
It's bad timing, but it's a great event, and everybody who has gone to that, they say, the statues are great. It's just a big warehouse full of statues, but they all rave about being together and meeting up with people that maybe they see in the chat for some of these shows, or people that are on the shows, and it's Sideshow comes and this PCS has come, but it's really just everybody kind of hanging out and just talking about what we like and kind of geeking out together, so I think that event is great for that aspect, because we've all seen these statues, but everybody kind of getting together and just hanging out is what everybody who has gone to that event for the first, I think this is year 3, has been talking about. It's just everybody, just the camaraderie, and just about, hey, nice to meet you, and just kind of like putting a face to like a name in the chat.
Well, you get sculptors down there too, right? I mean, it's everybody in the business that are all just kind of, and there's a big dinner too where everybody gets to kind of
couple of dinners there's dinners every night.
Yeah, they had Daniel Bell.
Wanting to,
Sideshow.
Martin Canale came down. Yeah,
all those guys. Yeah,
it's good. It's good. You guys let's look at the photo, shall we?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Not a ton to look at tonight, but we got a few.
That's all right. I got a movie to get to.
All right, let's start with this guy. So this was Jeff actually found this. I still haven't found it on the website yet, but it's on the coming soon section. This was teased at the 12 Days of Sideshow. I remember this one actually was teased while we were at Disney, so I was really excited that day. But this is a Bryan Boland Killing Joke Joker, rumored to be around half scale-ish. What is your initial impression, guys?
I think it's cool.
It's awesome.
I like it. It's such an iconic. It's such iconic artwork to have that in person and be really cool.
Yeah.
Do you think they captured Bryan's feel? Bryan Boland, I'm talking about.
Can't really tell from this picture too much, but it looks like it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty close.
I do wish they'd kept the blood dripping from his eyes and his lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sideshow doesn't love to do blood. They do kind of hint at it sometimes. I was kind of worried about that myself. And maybe once it's actually the fully revealed, maybe we'd still have a little bit of drip from his eye or something. But I agree with you, Jeff.
I'm assuming the letters on the base, not the white ones, the ones sticking out more, are part of the statue, right?
Yeah, that's all going to be part of
that
it. Yeah.
wraparound. Yeah, I kind of like
Yeah.
that they added that. It kind of like balances it. You know,
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
it's definitely a bold decision to do that.
I would buy this.
Yeah,
And they
it's going to
dropped
be
that
sizable too.
Yeah.
last year or the year before. They dropped that art print of this. Also.
Oh, that's right. They did.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why I thought this was the art print at first.
That's cool. Oh, there's Delaney's box
Yep.
right there.
And Dr. Pepper.
That's right. And the Sideshow Apple. I mean, Dr. Pepper.
Keep those Dr. Peppers away from the laptop.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is a new update from Legendary Beast. I thought this was pretty cool. That obviously this is still in production, but even in production, they're still tweaking this and trying to make it better.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Jay is hardcore. Obviously willing to take a financial hit to go back in and redo some things, but I thought that was pretty awesome.
I like the layout. It's like a magazine page.
Yeah, it's neat. And
You-
just again,
you-
keeping
from the-
people updated.
From the things that he does with all these secret extra add-ins, like and he always talks about it himself, how just big a fan he is and how he wants these pieces in his room. And it's a reflection of his company. And it's like stuff we've never seen before from companies.
I mean, I really feel like LBS is, gosh, probably right now, like the most hype company right now. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of buzz around what they're putting out and the excitement. And so I'm just so excited for him. Because again, like you said, he is a true fan and obviously he wants to do well. He wants to keep going in a market that's a little sketchy right now. So I'm excited for Jay and anybody that gets this stuff.
The Spider-Man is on the top of my list of things I want to get.
Spider-Man is fantastic. Again, I can't thank Billy enough for encouraging me to get it. It's just an awesome piece, and I don't know. I love what they're doing. Obviously, I just bought the Iron Man, so I do need an intervention soon, probably. This is another one that they've shown. They actually had this one completely printed out. This is the Kingdom Come Superman, but this is the first time we've seen him kind of painted.
Looks good.
Yeah. That's Alex Ross chin.
Yeah. This was some early sneak peeks into that zombie line that Sideshow's doing. Do you guys remember what scale? Is this going to be premium formats?
No,
I was
it's
trying to.
I doubt it.
1/5.
Yeah, I was trying to figure this out. I'm assuming they're maybe sold separately, or is it all together, or you push them together? I don't know.
I think push them together. I think.
Okay.
But obviously they're meant to be put together.
Yep,
So maybe they're a little bit smaller.
they're 1/5.
Oh, okay.
Looks like Man Bat.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously Wolverine, but I think these are going to be kind of fun.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. A controversial figure this last week was Krampus. They originally teased this as being a premium format, and then they changed it to just statue. And we were talking earlier today in our private chat about how Sideshow just kind of, if they don't know what scale it is, they just say it's just a statue.
Yeah.
Which does kind of confuse collectors a little bit. But even so, we have a photo here in just a second. This is still a really big piece. What do you guys think about the change from announcing premium format to kind of switching it up a little bit smaller?
I bet it had to do with price. I bet premium format price, they wouldn't have sold that many.
Well, it makes me think.
you're right.
Actually, I was thinking about this earlier with what piece was it? The Killer Croc that they're working on. It seems like they're kind of taking more into effect these days, like if it'll fit on your shelf or not. Like when we had Anthony on the show, I felt like he was kind of touching on that a little bit. Like they're thinking about the collectors now and like their shelf space.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, when we talk about, we joke about collector problems, but they are actually collector problems. And so the company is actually listening to that and saying, okay, well, this one's too wide. This one's going to be a weird angle. Let's shore it up so people can get it on an actual shelf. I think that's great.
I actually think Killer Croc will cause more problems for finding the depth for that piece than this piece would have in its original quarter scale dimensions.
That is true. Yeah, it's definitely
Oh,
better.
I didn't even notice that
if you're a
kid down
fan
there.
of this, I think if you're a fan of this and you like, horror related stuff, this is something that you're going to buy regardless of the scale, I mean, if you're normally a quarter scale collector, which I am, I was looking forward to this in quarter scale, but it's not going to stop me from buying it. I'm going to still buy it even at a reduced size.
Well,
Okay,
I was saying, I'm thinking if they're going to do like what they did with Frankenstein and do like a VIP program to where like they only make 20 of them in quarter.
Well, if they do that, they should announce that first, because
I think
I
they've
would
learned their
rather have
lesson.
it in quarter scale, but if this is all I'm going to be able to get, then I will buy this.
But I mean, look at that, Brian. I mean, look at the size. That looks almost
It's-
quarter scale to me.
It's not small, man.
He's still big. He's still big.
It's 19 inches tall, so you can't really put it with their quarter scale horror pieces, which are all very tall. Succubus is really tall. Vampire's Lust is very tall. So it just flat out won't work. If you want to put
a riser.
I was gonna say, put a riser.
Yeah, unless you do a riser,
Yeah.
exactly. You
Do
want to put
that.
it together, kind of, move it around a little bit, depending on how big the head is. If
I
the
think
head is
you'd
like
have to-
that much,
I think you'd have to put it with Beauty and the Beast and Frankenstein 1/5 to make a display that really works.
It's possible. I mean, he also is kind of hunched over a little bit. So I mean, like I said, if you put a riser, I think it could work.
He's supposed
I'll
to
let
be
you know in a year when I get him.
Did anybody else order this?
I want to see him in San Diego.
I didn't even notice the kid hiding underneath.
Yeah, the
I
kid
didn't
hiding
notice
is
that
a
either.
great.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that a great touch?
Look at this.
There's about 3. I think there are 2 in the basket.
You're getting a lot for $600 in this
Yeah,
piece. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a good price point for what you're getting. It's still a sizable piece. I really like the detail, like all the Christmas decorations and the snow.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's just something different, and I applaud Sideshow for doing something different. I feel like they're definitely taking more and more risks with some
I
of the
really want to
pieces
see
they've
it in
done.
person. Everyone's saying it's 1/5, but the Sideshow is not saying it's 1/5. It could be smaller than that.
It's a mystery statue.
Well, how tall is he in?
Yeah, how tall is he in the movie?
Fantasy Life?
Between 7 and 9 feet tall, according to the mythology.
And he's hunched over.
So the piece is 19 inches tall, but
So where's the picture of the apple next to him?
a lot
Yeah,
of
no
that.
kidding. Not too deep.
I mean, you got a real life human next to him. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
pretty
But
good.
he's
further in the back.
behind him. Yeah, he's behind him. The depth
Where's
is
the
throwing it
Dr.
off. If he was
Pepper?
right next to him, I'd get it.
Yeah. Where's the damn Dr. Pepper?
I need to see the Dr. Pepper.
hmm
And they got like a half a candle. You don't even know how big that candle is.
Yeah.
Look at this ugly mug.
I know that
So
character.
good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Had to share some of my pictures here. I really like the red. I really didn't think I would like it, but you guys all have me sold on it. I like it.
Yeah.
It's growing on me.
It
That's
just,
the goofiest part of my review. Is I come out stating I'm going to use the white light. I know I'll use the white light, and then it's like select each different one. I'm like, oh, this looks good.
yeah, the red's pretty good.
Yeah.
I just keep
It's the
changing
only
my
one I
mind.
keep it on right now. I love it. I love the red. I didn't think I would.
It just gives such a horror vibe, and he's got those red eyes anyway.
Yeah.
It's
So I
just
have it on
good.
the smart system, where I could turn it on with my phone, and it does start with the red blinking one. So
Yeah.
you can
Yours does? See, mine starts
Yeah.
with the white.
now.
Mine starts with white as well.
I might have to add my own light to it.
Blinking white.
So there's those
Now,
scenes
if
we
they
were
would
kind
have
of
made
talking
the
about.
eyes light up
Mhm.
red too, that would have been.
Oh,
just
that would
more
have been
extra.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty neat, actually.
Mhm.
Should have came with like a remote. So yeah.
So here's a question for you guys. Is there a piece in your collection that does not have a light up that you wish did?
Wow.
Wow, we have to think on that.
Because I have one.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think Scarecrow could have used one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
personally,
like a
to me,
light-
I feel like every statue should have a light on it at some, like whether it's your own.
Scarecrow would have
Yeah.
been cool to have like a light coming out of the grave, like where it
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
a shadow on him.
Or even in the fear toxin, or on the exclusive portrait with the mouth open.
Yeah.
The
Mr.
mouth.
Freeze could maybe use some sort of light, like a blue light.
For me, it's my Rebel Terminator. There are 3 Terminator heads on that statue, 1 in her hand and 2 on the base. And if those eyes blinked, it would make that statue just awesome.
Doesn't her eye light up though?
No, there's no light up.
Doesn't?
Nope, there's a damaged eye and then a clean portrait if you have the exclusive, but there's no light up at all.
That could have been a missed
I thought
opportunity.
her eye lit up. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a great statue. I've always loved that one.
yeah, it's cool.
I included some photos here of just some people's collections because I thought, man, we're talking about the Scarecrow and different characters. Like, they all look so good together.
I remember this guy's post. He wanted to put it on top, but it was too heavy for the shelf.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So see,
Yeah, I
Ben, you can
wouldn't
have
trust
all
that
of
either.
these in your collection.
No, I want that Joker so badly, and you
He's tough to
can't
find
get
now.
it. Yeah.
That
There's
Batman,
one on eBay, I think, for 1,300, something like that.
Oh my god.
I had sold mine, if you remember, and then I bought it back because I missed him. And I'm like, yeah, you just can't find him anywhere.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah, he's-
I'm on the sideshow wait list, so
Okay.
if
Keep
that
our
thought-
fingers crossed.
I thought this looked pretty good too in this display.
yeah, that does look good.
Just goes to show.
Just look how much bigger he is than that Riddler.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah.
And then I thought this was cool. They had the Neil Adams man back. Just pairs up really nice.
It's a nice copy.
Give a shout out to Dan. Dan's daughter got married this weekend and he's on his way back, but he had mentioned like it would just be a travesty not to have this next to my Finch man bat.
Yeah.
Because they
I
would
was
just
thinking that too.
pair up really nicely together.
Mm.
This is not Jeff's, but this was similar to Jeff's. It seems like it's kind of breaking. The people that have had broken wings, it's all kind of breaking in the exact same spot.
It's identical.
So it's just weird how that's, I mean, it's crazy because Sideshow does all these drop tests and stuff, and obviously a lot came in fine, but it's interesting that the exact same spot,
Yeah.
which is a shame. But again, Sideshow will help you out. Obviously, this is Jeff's photo from earlier today where he's showing that the wing doesn't actually touch the bottom, at least on his.
And also
A little gap there.
so that's the replacement. The original one did.
Oh,
Just to let people know, when I took that off, there was no scuffing on the bottom of that wing at all. So even if it
Okay.
touches, it might not be damaging your statue.
okay.
Yeah, if it's clear coated properly, it should be fine. Also, you said that it fit better, so maybe the magnet is holding it stronger and higher up in the air.
That could be. Yes.
Could be. The Mythos Aquaman limited edition of 100. Were you guys surprised by the edition size? I was shocked.
wow.
Yeah.
Great
It's a great piece.
I do still wonder if they should have come out with like Batman and Superman first, just to kind of get the line going and establish, the popularity of the line.
Or maybe
But-
this is them just dipping their toes in, you doing the Mythos thing, only doing 100, seeing if this is even going to sell.
And then
Maybe.
this will become hard to find in the future, and everybody will
Yeah.
be chasing it.
Probably. I mean, they might be starting to, try to make it fun for collectors again. But like to me, this is my favorite Aquaman I've ever seen. I love this thing.
It's great.
I
Well,
think
they
it's great.
started with that Joker Harley dial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first DC Mythos piece.
That's true. I forgot about that.
You could always pair that Aquaman up with a Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Looks like her dead.
This is from PCS. They're obviously part of their bust line. What do you guys think of this one? I think it's pretty awesome, actually.
It's
It's just, I mean, I know this is just a render, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I just think the Vader was so good, and
You can't top the Vader.
You can't top the Vader. The Wolverine's okay. I wasn't a fan of the Carnage or the Venom. I like this one. I have to actually see it because right now it looks a little jumbled up on the side.
I mean, this is all. It's not even a render. It's just
It's just
it's like a drawing.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean, just having a Sinister Six. Let's say you're limited on space. It's a good one and done.
Yeah. But I mean, in Bryan Kucherik, we trust.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
bro.
I'll take a standalone Spidey in that pose.
I like the
That would be all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they also revealed the Mandalorian one as well.
Yeah.
Not bad. I don't know.
It's not bad. I just feel like
Yeah.
Mando, like they've done a million of those statues that just
Looks exactly
where
like the Iron Studios piece.
and the sideshow. Like they're all that one walking forward. Like it's a repeat. But I mean, I do like the kind of the art direction of all the brown and the tan, and like the clouds. I think that all kind of works.
It's kind of
We'll
cool
pair
how
with
they
the Boba
followed
Fett
the
one.
contour of the helmet.
Yeah, I think it's better than Boba Fett for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
We'll pair it well with it too.
yeah, they would look great together.
It's not bad.
But it's not bad. It's got a lot of good detail, a lot of great texturing.
More Grogu. Grogu
Yeah,
sells.
yeah. Yes, he
Grogu.
does.
Oh, so it's 2 Grogus on there.
Yeah, it's got the little one too. But I thought the textures all look really nice. I feel like a lot of these pieces, they're really well done with with the sculpting.
I think the Iron
baby's the
Studios
best
piece
thing to
had
happen
helmets
to
on it
Star
too.
Wars.
What'd you say, Jeff?
That baby's the best thing to happen to Star Wars since Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
That's not a Dr. Pepper can.
Yeah.
Come on, PCS.
Was a license
Well,
issue.
I'm gonna send a strongly worded letter to Ant.
Did they do light up features in all of these?
This one doesn't look like it has one.
No.
It doesn't, does it? But the Vader did. Vader had quite a
Vader
bit.
did. Yeah. Might just depend on the piece.
Yeah.
They also showed a Turtles that they're going to do. I think they said this is quarter scale too, if I remember right.
Yep.
This will be a big diorama. But it's fun. It's nothing that hasn't been done before, but it's fun. This one started shipping from Iron Studios. I want to hear your opinions on this one. This was that kind of that Bat Cave.
I like that portrait. The one
Yeah.
with the eye makeup.
Yeah, I like that too. He obviously doesn't have the hair keyed in at the top, but I think that looks pretty good actually. I don't like this portrait at all,
Yeah, same.
but the concept's fun. Something kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
Now that back
But
piece
yeah, that
is kind of removable, right?
I don't know.
You have to have it like that?
I think you have to have it like that.
Oh, it's not bad.
But yeah, that's the portrait. I think it's
Yeah,
cool.
that portrait is pretty cool.
You see the bloody knuckles?
Yep.
It's a nice touch.
It's
Kind
cool.
of maybe like a standalone piece. Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, that's good. But I like how the rocks are forming on his cape.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of neat. Again, just something different. I thought these were good. These were, I think this is Hollywood Collectibles Group. Just putting this one out.
It's life size too, isn't it?
I think so.
There's 2 scales, life
Let's play.
size.
Do you hang it on your wall? There you go.
But there's also the gray and black, and then the color also.
That's how you save
love
shelf space
that.
right there.
Oh, 37
Just put it
inches.
on the wall.
Yeah. Imagine walking by and hitting that arm though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it sticks out 29 inches from the wall.
Who's doing this?
Hollywood
Hollywood.
Collectibles Group.
Oh, sure.
I thought it looks pretty good. I kind of like the black and white one.
Yeah, I love it. Not a bad price.
Would
too,
you,
for
would
being,
you consider
101.
getting that, Brian? I mean, you're the horror guy. Would you collect this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, I love it. I haven't pre-ordered or anything because it's just so big, but I love it. And like I said, it's a pretty good price too. I think it's only like $1,500.
You can see it's got the metal wall brackets too.
Yeah.
That would make me a little nervous.
I mean, it'd probably be like hanging the TV.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's a good point.
As long as
Get
you
you
go
some-
into
Yeah.
as long as you
Get in
shoot
the
into
stud.
you'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, get you
Well,
some wall
yeah,
anchors.
They're showing a brick wall. Like,
Yeah, it's right
Oh,
into the
man.
brick.
you know?
Yeah, the brick wall is a funny choice.
Yeah.
I got a plethora of Star Wars stuff. Obviously, May the 4th was recently, come and gone. But obviously, Mandalorian is getting ready to hit the movie theaters, and so there's a ton of hot toys that are currently being released. So I don't know any of these characters, but maybe you guys do.
She was in Ahsoka, I think.
That's Sabine. Yeah. Sabine
Yeah.
Wren. Yeah.
She's a big
Is that the
animated
Darksaber?
character.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
this is definitely the Ahsoka version though from the live action.
That's
I don't
cool.
know who that is.
Anyway, I thought it's just cool that there's so many things coming out right now.
I did see
No.
that they're finally doing a Queen Amidala though. Hot
Mhm.
Toys. FBJ hit me up this morning, and
Really?
They've never done
Nice.
her.
they've never done her.
That's
It was always
crazy.
some third-party company that was doing her, like in like the red gown with the white face, the white face paint, all that stuff.
So you think it was
Yeah.
just licensing then? Do you think over the years?
I don't know.
No,
Natalie
they-
Portman.
I've
A couple years
I've
ago,
wanted one
they
for a long
released a
time.
Padme in the white outfit, so it's not her.
right.
I mean,
That's
it's not.
maybe
The
it's
issue wasn't her. Yeah.
maybe it's licensed to that specific look
Mm.
that they were struggling with. I don't know, but they're finally doing it.
That's crazy.
So thanks to FBJ for hitting me up this morning. You remembered I've been trying to find one of those for years. And yeah, they're finally doing it. At least Hot Toys is finally doing it.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah,
say
we saw him on COC. We say look like Charles in Charge.
This guy?
No, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Scott Baio.
There's a little Scott Baio there, a little bit.
John Tachi.
Shadows of the Empire. That's cool.
Yeah, this one looks good.
Yeah.
I think some of these are the ones that have the real hair too, but it's a good young Mark Hamill or Sebastian Stan. He looks almost exactly like Mark Hamill did.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Our new Harvey Dent
Was that confirmed?
Yep.
confirmed,
Yep.
and Scarlett Johansson is Gilda, who is his fiance in the Long Halloween.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
So they're clearly going that route. Yeah, a lot of Hot Toys, a lot of them. I couldn't believe how many they're putting out right now. So yeah, if you're a Star Wars Hot Toys person, your wallet's
Trouble.
crying. Even Road to the Hut. This is from the Mandalorian movie. Looks like me after I've had a couple pizzas.
Looks like he's got some abs.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. His arms aren't bad.
yeah. I was gonna say he's jacked.
Yeah,
he's
his
got
arms,
like a
those arms are jacked.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah, lifting
laying
rancors.
around eating worms all day.
yeah, that's right.
That, I mean, could you make him a clay face?
No, sure. Yeah, it's kind of Clayface esque. Little brown paint. Eric B could take care of that for you.
Yeah.
Chun-Li from Prime 1 is out this week. This one I thought looked really good. And there's two different poses. You can do the leg up or the leg down, depending on what you get. But there's the ultimate bonus version. You only pay $3,000 or $4,000 in shipping.
Yeah.
So be cautious of that. Buy from Sideshow or Comic Concepts or whoever. But I like the water background. I think that was kind of pretty.
Yeah, that's nice. They're doing
Again,
such a
they've-
good job with the Street Fighter line.
Well, and they've gone to the realistic portraits too, and I love that.
Yeah.
I still can't really tell the difference between these two portraits. They look so similar, but I can't really tell
Yeah.
any difference. But there's got to be something there. But
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't see a difference.
yeah, it's so close. But anyway, it's a beautiful portrait. Very popular character. Now, there's my Spider-Man collection.
Looking good.
Yeah, it does look good.
So I'm still looking for the one with the villains if anybody's selling. There's a dumbass right there. Spending money on Marvel statues.
You still have them?
That's right. I do still have them.
But a little-
Man Bat next to there. This is Jeff's picture. Give a shout out also to Mark Newman.
That blurb is the best one in the picture.
That's right.
Well, he's terrified. What am I doing here?
That's right.
can't wait.
Nightmare fuel right here, guys.
Pretty fun.
I don't know these two guys.
It's in between two monsters.
Yeah.
Can I go to a Hot Toys collection?
I painted a statue this week.
Yeah, that looks cool. I like it.
Yeah, look, it came out good.
It really turned out all right. I can't believe I didn't film it. Like I was like, well, you should have like live streamed. I'm like, I didn't even think about doing that. I just wanted to kind of like veg out and paint one night, and it turned out okay. I really am happy with the way it turned out.
Did you follow the cracks, or did you make that design yourself? Because it's pretty cool.
It was the sand.
It was the smoke, or it was, yeah, it was the sand. The sand.
Oh,
it was the
okay.
sand. So it was already raised.
Okay.
And
cool.
it was just a gray color, and that was always my vision, is that it just could be, instead of sand, it could be like the pit flowing down the rocks.
Yeah, I like it.
And
good.
it's just it's a nice pop of color on it.
Now you gotta paint the bat symbol on the moon.
Yeah, that's gonna be you.
Let's put a decal on it.
These were CGI, or not CGI. These were
Yeah.
AI
About to
deals,
say, what is this?
and I'm like,
that's exactly what I said when I saw.
and I'm like, I want this. I want this so freaking bad. This and Harvey Bullock. I would buy both of these in a second. So if any company sees these and wants to make them, please make these, because
That has Prime 1 written all over it right there.
come on, a full size bat signal. I mean, that's exactly what you want with Gordon. He's perfect. The GC,
I mean, the base,
PD,
everything. Yeah,
base,
that is
everything about it is perfect.
It is
Yeah.
really good.
Everything about it's
absolutely
perfect.
insane. Yeah.
I
It
mean,
looks
the
like an
portrait's
animated
perfect,
series, Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
but it's still a realistic take too. So it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just it's the perfect blend of both worlds, I think. And again, I know no one will make this, but I'm like, I want a Harvey Bullock too. Like, it's just, he's always just been a good dude helping out. So it's like, I want him.
I mean, I don't think it's a far cry to say that they're going to do a Bullock, but I think a Gordon might come at some point. I don't know.
He's got to, right? If they did an Alfred, somebody's got to do a Gordon.
I mean, the Alfred does go with Tactical Throne, and he does live with Batman, but
The Alfred sold pretty well.
it did. But
Yeah.
I think maybe this low ES, or maybe like a Diehl, maybe there is a Batman, and it'd be like Alfred, where you don't have to get the Batman, you could just get the Gordon. You could just get the Gordon,
You know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to send that photo to Johnny at Prime 1.
There you go.
I'm going to do it as soon as we get off the air. I'm going to go do that. I'm like, dude, make this.
I mean, because you could buy
I've
the
already done all the
Phantasm,
work for
right?
you.
Yeah, you don't even have to do anything.
Phantasm, yeah, and you didn't have to buy Catwoman and Batman,
Yeah.
So if people want to buy a Diehl with Batman and Jim Gordon, they can. But I guarantee you that just like Alfred, who doesn't come up very often because we might not ever get another one. So people are holding on to the Alfreds. I think
you're not going to see another one.
I think that Jim Gordon will do pretty well.
I do too. It'd be awesome. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We looked at photos tonight, had some great conversation.
I mean, you guys got your cons coming up, right?
You bet.
Got some
Next-
cons coming up at the end of July. You have
Yeah.
your first one, Jeff. You have one before that, though, don't you?
Yeah, must.
Yeah, next weekend.
Monster Palooza next weekend.
Monster Palooza.
If it
Say
sells
hello
out,
to
it is.
Igo for us.
Yeah, and Franco's going to be there.
Franco's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Franco.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. That'll be great.
that's great.
Yeah.
Little precursor to San Diego.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see the ECC booth. That's always a great booth there.
That'll be awesome.
If anybody
Wish I could
sees
join
that
ya.
T-Rex eye, I am on the hunt for that. I don't know why. I just think it's super cool. And by the time I jumped on it, I could only find the Raptor eye. But
The T-Rex eye could fit your Batman room.
yeah, I absolutely. That's kind of what I wanted to do with it. Was
Yeah.
put it right by Tactical Throne.
Yeah, it's just
So
a
if
nod to the
anybody sees
dinosaur.
that ECC T-Rex eye, let me know, please.
I've been
Yeah.
kind of tempted by that smog bust
Oh yeah,
from ECC.
yeah.
That's a pretty cool looking piece.
Yeah.
Eric, quit picking at your hand. It's the
You're gonna
worst
mess it
thing.
up.
It's like, I don't want to mess it up. It
Trying to
looks too
drag
good.
I keep
Did you
getting-
guys
I've
see that
been, like
behind
about the
the-
show like these like
You don't ish.
Complications right there.
You just kind of
Blow it. Yeah, go like this. Did you guys see that behind the scenes Creature from the Black Lagoon thing that Sideshow put out today? where they
No.
just showed how they did that. I don't know. It was like I don't know if it was a photo shoot or what they did. Kind of like what they did with To Kill a Croc.
It's a photo shoot.
It's a photo shoot, right?
Yeah.
You saw it?
Or they basically they kind of built like an environment or something for
It
them.
built like an environment. Yep, super cool.
Yeah,
That's neat.
I love
That's
that.
awesome. I'll have to go back and check that out.
I've got fan.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I've got Fan Fusion coming up in Phoenix, and then we have Mad Monster Party over the next couple months. I got a couple conventions coming up.
What's
Cool.
Mad Monster Party?
A horror convention. It's a fun one.
Is it like horror movie stars and stuff?
Yeah, they'll have actors there. It's one of those smaller conventions. I like these better for the most part because they kind of just line the perimeter of the big meeting space with their tables. So you just walk by and just kind of say hi to everybody. And, you know, if you want to get your picture taken or an autograph, you don't have to stand in massive lines for that stuff. You have, you know, people selling things and exhibitors and whatnot. It's a fun time.
That's awesome.
Like Monsterpalooza.
Yeah, as I say, it sounds real similar. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys
I
have a good time.
I met a lot of people at those.
That's great. I also want to give a shout out to this guy right here. It's great to have you back on the show, my friend. It's always great to talk to you.
For
And I
sure.
also want to thank
Anytime.
Ben K for joining us as well. It was great to have you talk about your experiences, and just great to have you as part of the show tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys. Like I said, I watch every show and been watching for years, so it's awesome to be on.
Absolutely. And again, thanks everybody in the crowd that's watched. We really appreciate it. And then if you would do me a favor, hopefully if it arrives on time, Billy and I will be doing the Iron Man unboxing from Legendary Beast Studio that's arriving in the Batcave. Yes, I've lost my mind, but I'm having a hell of a fun time doing it.
So he was going to get the regular, and I talked him into just going for the premiere, man. Just do it. You get the extra bust. Get all those
If
extra
you're gonna
heads.
do it,
Yeah, I was going to spend a little less
That's what I'm
money on
saying.
eBay.
See, look, he's been hanging out with us for 2 hours, and he already got it. You gotta do it.
But what I was
Just-
hoping is like I kind of reached out to Billy. I'm like, do you ever use the modern portrait? And he's like, yeah, I use it all the time. And I was hoping he'd be like, nah, I never use it. Like I was going to say, like, you know, I sold him my my unmasked Bruce Wayne, you know, for the tactical throne. I'm like, well, maybe if he doesn't use it, maybe he would be willing to sell it.
I would have
And-
gave you the classic one where he's like looking up. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I like that portrait. I think actually that portrait might be kind of cool if it's down low, you know, because he's kind of looking up at us.
Yeah.
So
could
that
be.
portrait actually might work really well with that one. I like the handout. I like that look.
Yep.
But
Surprisingly, I use the other torso where he's holding the helmet on the
yeah,
side, and you put the
this one?
Tony. I'm sorry, yes, that one.
yeah, that one. Yeah.
There's another arm that he's holding the helmet on the side, and then you could just put the Tony Stark portrait on him.
I like the one where he's like kind of looking up with the arms out like that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's-
classic that I
yeah.
don't really
Yeah,
use.
that was
Yeah.
cool.
That's why I think it
actually
might
use-
look good down low.
There's
Yeah.
another one. There's a classic one where, you know, you see his eyes behind the mask.
Mhm. Yep.
That one's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that Friday night. So please join us. And otherwise, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. And we'll see you on Friday for the live unboxing. Have a good night, everybody.
See y'all.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.